What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, leave me a comment and please like this video. We've been trying to get to at least 200 likes, so help us get to at least 200 likes, everybody. Well, Raider Nation, the Denver Broncos are set to release Russell Wilson come March 13th when the brand new season officially begins. And the Raiders have been linked to Russell Wilson. They are the second favorites to land this guy. And personally, I could see why. We have a great offense. We have Devontae Adams. We have great weapons across the board. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker. We have a great tight end in up-and-coming rookie Michael Mayer. Also, our defense is up and coming. We were a top 10 defense last year. So I would like to think that our Raiders are just a few players away from really making noise in this AFC West. We just need a quarterback and maybe a few offensive line and pieces and some defensive linemen. And I think these Raiders are ready to go. So I can see why Russell Wilson would be linked to the Raiders. But like I said last month, I would stay away from this guy. I wouldn't want him on this Raiders team. Like Antonio Pierce said in his press conference, not every player can be a Raider. Not every coach can call plays for the Raiders. It takes a specific person to be a Raider. And I believe that Russell Wilson doesn't have anything inside of him that makes him a Raider, which makes me believe that he's not going to come to Vegas. Right now, the Raiders are set to only have Aiden O'Connell in that quarterback room. And AP said that he wants to bring in a veteran quarterback to help out in that room, to mentor Aiden O'Connell and whoever we may draft in this draft. Because we know that the Raiders have been linked to Jaden Daniels, and Russell Wilson sat down with the All Pivot podcast, and he said that he wishes to win multiple championships in the next 5 years. Well, I believe that he has lost a step. He ain't the same guy that he was once in Seattle. And yes, people are going to sit here and say that, hey, he had two different offenses to learn in 2 different years and 2 terrible coaches. One that didn't even want him and the other that didn't know what the hell he was doing in Nathaniel Hackett. And eventually he got fired at the end of his first season. And then in comes Sean Payton and they just don't mesh well together. And now goes Russell Wilson. And like I said, right now, Aiden O'Connell is the starter. He is QB1. So whoever he brings into this room is going to have to battle Aiden. Whether that be a quarterback we bring in the draft or someone that we pick up off the street. Like I said, I would love to bring in a guy like Gardner Minshew. But I would stay away from Russell Wilson. Heck, I would even take Baker Mayfield over Russell Wilson. I just don't think Russell Wilson was that same quarterback that won that Super Bowl in Seattle. So because he said he expects to win multiple championships in the next 5 years, he expects to go be a starter wherever he lands. Like I said, if he were to come to the Raiders, I think he would have to be our backup, someone to mentor Aiden O'Connell. And I just don't think he thinks he's in that part of his career where he can be a backup. I think he believes he could still compete for a championship. And as we've seen in the last 2 years, he ain't that same guy. Shoot, he couldn't even beat us. He went 0-4 against the Raiders. So like I said, I personally would want to stay away from Russell Wilson. I don't believe he has what it takes to be a Raider. If it was up to me, I would want to move up in the draft and either take Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels. But the more it looks like the Raiders just might sit at 13. And there's not going to be that many quarterbacks available because there's plenty of quarterback needy teams. And there's plenty of teams that panic and they feel like they have to get a quarterback because they don't have a quarterback. Now, if J.J. McCarthy's taken and Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams are all taken by 13, which most likely all 4 of those guys will be, then I wouldn't want to just go after a Bo Nix or a Michael Penix Jr. just because we have to get a quarterback at 13. Hell no. I believe we should get the best player available and get a guy like an offensive lineman or even the best defensive lineman available. And that's not even to say who we get in the free agency coming in the next month. Free agency is before the draft. So whoever we get in free agency just might dictate who we get in that first round. Because who says we don't get Christian Wilkins or Chris Jones? Now it's starting to be said that Chris Jones is being linked to an AFC West team, the Raiders. It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are not going to bring him back. I would love Chris Jones. He's my number 1 free agent that I would love the Raiders to bring in. If we bring in Chris Jones to bolster this defensive line, Max Crosby is going to have his year of his life this upcoming season, and he'll end up being the defensive player of the year if we get Chris Jones. Because if we get Chris Jones and we already have an up-and-coming Tyree Wilson, who knows what kind of a step Malcolm Kuntz is going to take? Are you kidding me? Our front seven will be unstoppable. I believe we'll have one of the better front sevens in the NFL. We were already a top 10 defense last year. And if we add a big name, a big guy like a Christian Wilkins or a Chris Jones in that middle of the defense, I think our defense is going to take even a bigger step forward with Patrick Graham back at the defensive coordinator. So that does it for this video, Raider Nation. Like I said, I wouldn't want Russell Wilson on this Raiders team. I believe that Antonio Pierce won't even entertain the fact of Russell Wilson coming over. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Russell Wilson coming to the Raiders, and who is your guys' #1 free agent that you guys want us to get this upcoming free agency. Till next time, Raider Nation, peace.